CBS Local 2, where local comes first. Live, the news at 6:30 from CBS Local 2, where local comes first.
The controversial cover of Time magazine has folks talking, and the timing could not be better for one Valley nonprofit. Good evening. Glad you're with us. I'm Brooke Berry.
I'm Chris Long. Glad you're with us on a Friday afternoon. That story in a minute. But first, on this Friday, we're following two breaking news stories for you. The first one, a fire this evening in Palm Desert. There you see some pictures that led to the evacuation of homes near San Pasqual as a precautionary measure. We just learned good news, the fire has been put out. Firefighters put out a tree fire near San Pablo in 111. We have a Local 2 news crew on the scene, and we'll bring you an update. But again, no reports of any injuries, and this fire here along 111 Palm Desert has been extinguished.
We are also following a hit-and-run crash at Avenue 44 and Jackson Street in Indio. We're told 3 people have been rushed to the hospital. CBS Local 2's Bianca Ray joins us live from the scene with the latest on this. Bianca.
Hi, Brooke. Just a few minutes after 5 o'clock, a head-on collision here on the corner of Circle and 44th. As you can see, the scene is being cleaned up right now. It was a white Altima and white Nissan pickup truck that crashed. The reason unknown right now. 3 people are in the hospital, as you said, with moderate injuries. The driver of the pickup truck fled the scene. Police are searching nearby neighborhoods right now, trying to find the driver, treating it as a hit and run. They're about to open 44th back up. Neighbors we talked to said they saw the man get out of the white pickup truck and flee from the scene. They also said one of the women who was taken to the hospital was pregnant. Stay right here with CBS Local 2 News for the latest. Live in Indio, Bianca Ray, CBS Local 2 News.
All right, bad way to start a weekend. Thanks, Bianca.
Now to our planned lead story before the breaking news today. The cover of Time magazine this week features a mother breastfeeding her nearly 4-year-old son.
As CBS Local 2's Tamara DeMonte reports, the doctor highlighted in the article on attachment parenting is coming to the desert to talk about the issue this Mother's Day weekend.
Are you mom enough? The headline and image on newsstands this week has many doing a double take.
He's a little too old to be breastfeeding.
It's actually quite maternal. And I saw it and I was like, oi.
I think it was designed to sell magazines. More so than to explore the topic of breastfeeding and why that's important.
Just one of the elements of attached parenting, a new philosophy encouraging moms to never leave their babies alone and to always keep them physically close.
Oh, thank you for the kisses.
Dr. William Sears will address it all on Saturday at College of the Desert.
It would be a wonderful opportunity if they're expecting and want to understand better how to properly provide nutrition for their children.
Local nonprofit About Families, Inc. is hosting the discussion by the renowned pediatrician and father of 8. Founder Joanna Whitlow says whether you believe in attached parenting or not, there really is no right or wrong way to bond with your baby.
I say what works for mom, what works for the dad, what works for the baby. It has to be something that works for everybody, not just what works for the parents and not just what works for the baby. And if they're all happy and supportive of it, then yeah, I'm supportive of them.
Tamara DeMonte, Local 2 News.
Tonight on our Facebook page, we asked what you thought of attachment parenting and Dr. Sears' philosophy. Here's what you had to say. Donna Poizio writes, all the doctors in the world do not know much. Let moms decide what they need for their children. Betty Zaslowski simply writes, yuck. But Amanda Mendeville says the benefits of breastfeeding and attachment parenting are so fulfilling for both parent and child. Dr. Sears truly understands the parent-child relationship. Keep the comments coming in. Again, on our Facebook page, just search for CBS Local 2. And if you are looking to learn more about attachment parenting, Dr. Sears will be at College of the Desert tomorrow, attending a fundraiser from 9:30 in the morning until 12:30. If you'd like to attend, just go to aboutfamiliesinc.com.
Football great Junior Seau has been buried now in his hometown of Oceanside after a private funeral today. There you see the pictures. Member of Seau's family and former teammates were among those packing a church for the funeral today, followed by burial at Eternal Hills Cemetery, Oceanside. Tonight, up to 60,000 fans of Junior Seau expected at a public memorial service. That'll be at Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego. Junior Seau, of course, committed suicide last week at his Oceanside home. The former USC star played parts of 20 seasons in the National Football League, most of them with the Chargers. also with the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots.
We are getting our first look tonight at two people accused of snatching a purse from a 92-year-old woman in Palm Desert. They're 20-year-old Antonio Gardoni and 19-year-old Tawny Anthony. Police say the incident happened at the Albertson store off Washington on Wednesday. Well, the next day, investigators served a search warrant at the apartment off of Michigan Drive, where they say they found the stolen purse and its contents. Gardoni and Anthony are being held on $25,000 bail.
We head into Mother's Day weekend. It's going to be, as you would expect out here, a warm one.
Yes, indeed. We've been talking about this essentially all week long. We knew that this weekend coming up would be fairly warm, and we're looking at some not quite record highs, but temperatures anywhere from 12 to maybe 15 degrees above normal. I said it all week. I'll say it again. If you're planning to take Mom out for lunch, find some place nice and cool.
Yeah, or make it breakfast.
Yeah, you could do that. That might be a little better for Mom. Temperature-wise, it was very pleasant today. You can tell we have a little bit of a breeze going on just by the shaking of our sky cam there. Winds, in fact, gusting up to 25 miles per hour out of the northwest at 18. It's our sustained wind speeds. 93 now after topping out today at 97, so we did at least duck under the 100-degree mark in the West Valley today. Around the valley, numbers are a little bit warmer as you head east. 98 in thermal, 93 up in the high desert. We're in the mid-70s in the Inland Empire, and we're at 94 at Imperial. We've been watching some very gusty winds, rolling especially through the west portion of our valley and north of the freeway. And if you're going to be out and about this evening, you'll see these gusty winds. They'll finally back off a little bit tomorrow, but they're likely to stay with us for the remainder of the evening hours. And then as we head into this weekend, high pressure building in is going to keep our temperatures up well above normal. So hot is the watchword all weekend long. And today we actually cool off a little bit in comparison to yesterday because there was a touch of marine layer out there. That's dissipating very quickly. Tonight, numbers-wise, down into the 90s as we hit 7 o'clock, 84 at 9 o'clock, and 80 degrees. As we push our way into tomorrow afternoon, our numbers will jump back up. 82 in the morning, 92 at lunchtime, and our daytime high tomorrow afternoon for your Saturday, 101 degrees. 7-day planning forecast continues to raise those numbers. 105 on Sunday and 104 on Monday. So those are the hottest days we've had, we expect, and likely the hottest days of the season thus far. Moving into next week, we see a modest decline in temperature down to about 100 on Wednesday, and finally back into the middle 90s by the time we hit Thursday. But it's going to take us a little while. We've got a hot spell in place all weekend long and beyond.
We need to pay attention to those temperatures, too. Those aren't just, you know.
Absolutely. You know, we've been used to the cooler weather. Now we have to put ourselves in that hot weather mode, and remember to make sure you check the back of the car. Don't leave pets. Don't leave kids. It happens.
Yes, it does, sadly.
Yeah, so.
Thanks, Pat.
Pat. Do you have trouble with dry, itchy eyes?
Up next, we're going to tell you about a new procedure that may help.
And later, local college students getting a lesson in turning ice into art. It can be done. You're watching CBS Local 2 News as you head into Mom's Day weekend.